Meet me. Welcome back, boys, to another E7WC commented by Dr. Squirrel. I've done some of the prelims because they had no commentary. If you want me to do more of those, let me know, but obviously they're over. We're going to go to the main matches. This is Group A. I skipped ahead to find out how to pronounce this name. It's Nangju. Nangju versus Pan Shui. I have not seen this one. I did see the first one, though. I'm not going to make a video about that because I already saw it and it wouldn't be fair. But I was very unimpressed by the commentating because the thing I liked about them is they're very professional. Some of the other commentators in the past were honestly kind of toxic, and these guys were all super chill. But their knowledge of the game, to me at least, seemed fairly weak. Or I mean, it sounds like English is their first language, or maybe it's a language thing. But honestly, they missed a lot of things, or they were impressed by things that were meta, or they really had no other choice. I was just very confused by the commentary. So hopefully mine's a little better, or maybe it's not. You guys let me know in the comments below if you've seen this one already. And let's get started. We actually get to see the draft phase here. And obviously this format has two pre-bans, which actually changes a lot of things, because you can snipe out their favorite heroes and take out two of them. Troublemaker is the first pick. I mean, Troublemaker is so popular right now. I don't really see it. I mean, I've dealt with a lot of, I mean, granted, I verse low tier opponents as of right now because I haven't been pushing, but I have not really struggled with Troublemaker because they're almost always built F-res and they just blow up really fast. But let's see. Panshui goes F10A Landy, very meta picks. F10A is always going to come out if FCC is pre-banned because F10A is just so annoying to deal with. And it looks like Nangju's answer here is DJ Basar and Briarwitch. Briarwitch is an excellent pick here because it was either Briarwitch or Basar. Briarwitch and Basar shut down Landy because Landys don't have great survivability, and 90% of their survivability revolves around Guiding Light. Obviously, if you're unbuffable, you cannot Guiding Light. So Briarwitch is probably going to be a ban priority for Panshui already. DJ Basar depends on how much effectiveness that F10A is running, because a lot of F10As run 200 effectiveness, and DJ Basar, I mean, unless he has imprints, he might be like 230 to 250. It's still a 50-50, unless he has like 300 effect res. Rose and LQC. I actually like that Rose pick. I do not like the ACID pick at all because Rose and F10A very often are on immunity, and Panshui's team is not soul dependent, so the soul stealing doesn't matter all that much. So I think Nangju's draft is DPS weak right now, and he takes Sage Ball. I like the Sage Ball pick. I don't like the Acid pick. I think this is an easy ban for Panshui. Just deal with Briarwitch, and then Nangju's only damage is Ace. It's not enough. Nangju has to ban Ruel because he drafted such a weak damage team that if he doesn't ban Ruel, he's forced to ban Ruel. He'll never be able to kill anything with Ruel on the board. So I think Panshui's gonna win this one because I honestly think Nangju's draft is weak. It was okay until the Acid pick. I think the Acid pick here was a big mistake. I don't. Well, we'll see. Maybe we'll go back to maybe the commentators disagree, and maybe I'm completely wrong. Let's see how this match plays out. But I just think that Nangju has no real damage here. His only real damage is to hope that Sage Ball gets low. Let's see if DJ Basar can resist this F10A though. Okay. Acid 15%ed. Oh, and Rose got stunned. That Rose is not on immunity. Okay. So the Acid is on Violet's Talisman, and he does get a turn, but what does he do here? The F10 is not on immunity either, but it doesn't really matter. She already did her S3. She's kind of dead weight at this point. DJ Basar can S3 here. Will Sage Ball open with the S2? Yes, I think so. At this point, he might as well. No reason to save it in this situation. Doesn't get to sleep on LQC. Does LQ? I think LQC is going to save her S3 to get immunity up because with Sage Ball's S2 gone, he can't really do anything. So he does save it and get the immunity up. Landy does get Guiding Light, and now look at this problem. Nangju has no reach because his DPS is acid, so Landy's gonna get a turn, and then LQC is just gonna bomb Troublemaker, and that's gonna one-shot his whole team. Like, this was not a good draft by Nangju here. What can he go for? He can only go for Rose. Let's see if he gets lucky. Doesn't sleep but stuns him. Honestly, he doesn't even need Rose to do anything. DJ Basar can't take out any of the important targets here. Acid cannot kill LQC with this turn. And look at the speed tuning. Landy's going to go right before LQC, so Nangju's almost done here already. Defense ignore Landy S3. It's going to push LQC, and then LQC's going to bomb the Troublemaker and wipe out their whole team, because that's a Hellcutter LQC. So she probably runs like 5k attacks. So it's going to hit everyone for like 5 to 7k. That's going to be enough. Blam! So there you go. Now Sage Ball could probably do some serious damage to someone with his S3, but it doesn't matter. Like after that, he has no real plays. So, I mean, I think it was pretty obvious from the draft phase how that was gonna go. Let's see what these guys have to say.
Right. And he stacked up the Hellcutter and just start the first turn with S1.
Oh my.
Wait, what?
Yep.
That's exactly why. That's exactly why you waited.
Right, for the
S3, right. And he stacked up the Hellcutter and just.
See, this is what I'm talking about. They don't know what they're talking. They're saying that she didn't S3 the first turn to stack up the Hellcutter. Hellcutter stacks go away no matter what move you use, so you can't stack it up by not S3ing. Like, I don't know what they're talking about. All right, let's go on to the next match. That already annoyed me. The very first thing I heard annoyed me. I have no idea what they mean by that. Maybe there's some context. I didn't listen to the whole thing, obviously, but you cannot stack up Hellcutter by saving your S3. So Pan Shui takes FCC first. Very meta, solid first pick. Troublemaker Landy, a very popular combo because Landy's main weakness is she's squishy. So obviously the Troublemaker's there to protect Landy. Landy's going to be backline. LQC comes out again. LQC is very strong against Troublemaker. All right, let's see what the next pick is. It's obviously not going to be Sermia unless I'm missing something. Some god-built Sermia. Hell no, she's not picking Sermia. Briarwitch Isseria is the pick. Yeah, I mean, anytime you pick Landy, just expect to run into Basar or Briarwitch. Something with unbuffable is going to come in. I would not be surprised if Pan Shui even tries to take F10A again. Not anymore. Not with the DJ Basar on the board. Let's see. What is Nangju's next choice here? Nest choice? Can't speak English today. No way. Opsig? So that's a speed Opsig for sure. It does not make any sense to bring a DPS Opsig into this draft, I think. I could be wrong. I mean, you could still have a DPS Opsig that's still at like 240 speed, so it could be one of those. But I'm thinking it's more likely to just be a very fast Opsig because I think he needs it to go before Briarwitch, and the Rose comes out again. But Pan Shui needs to pick another DPS then, otherwise LQC is just going to get banned out. So the last pick has to be a DPS. The question is, what's it going to be? Let's see, he's thinking, he's postulating. I actually think Ravi would be a very strong pick here if Pan Shui has it. 3, 2, Kisei into a Landy, and the Acid pick comes out again. I don't like the Kisei last pick. Like, you kind of have to ban Landy then. If you don't, you're gonna get hosed, so... I don't even know. I think Nangju might just ban, like, FCC, and Pan Shui, I don't know. The Landy, I guess? The Troublemaker. I was wrong about both bans. I don't really... So Nangju really likes Acid. I think it might actually work out for him this game because I don't like the Kisei last pick. I think Kisei's just going to get sniped here, and he let Landy through. So Acid goes first. Probably just going to open onto Kisei. He does, and like Kiseis are usually built fast and squishy, so it's almost dead already. Here comes the pushback. And if he gets the pushback onto Rose, is that going to be enough for Landy to cut? Rose might still go first, but Kisei's not going to get a turn, and Landy could just blow Kisei up, I think. So Briarwitch didn't get pushed back, so she gets to S3. I don't really think it matters. I think Kisei dies anyway. Yeah, because DJ Basar's on Water's Origin, gets pushed up, Kisei's dead. Now Panshui has no DPS, and Nangju wins. This match is already over. Briarwitch, FCC, and Rose are not going to do enough damage. Kisei does die. The only saving grace for Panshui here is that Nangju's team is really squishy, and DJ Basar doesn't heal that much. So Panshui might be able to actually kill Opsig and Acid, especially if this is like a DPS FCC. She does have attack buff, so might actually even like one-shot them. Oh, got lucky. Did he get lucky? No, the evasion got stripped. I still think Nangju has this in the bag because Landy is just going to roast them. I think Panshui will be able to kill Opsig here because he can just tunnel them. But once Briarwitch dies, then all the DPS is gone. Briarwitch is the only thing on Panshui's team right now that hits decently hard. So I think he'll just finish off Opsig here. Briarwitch might just one-shot it with attack buff. Opsig should die. Yeah, it was a speed Opsig. Opsig's dead. But now Briarwitch dies. And how much does DJ Basar heal for? About 1,300. So not a huge amount, but also Landy doesn't have to worry about like anything removing her guiding light now. So yeah, I mean, yep, she gets a guiding light. He has to tunnel into a DJ Basar. This DJ Basar is quite squishy, but it is on Water's Origin, and he'll start stunning and healing himself. And there's the first stun. Honestly, though, even if he doesn't stun, it doesn't really matter. And if he gets Desperation Mode, he could even soul burn to DJ Basar. He has 2 souls right now. Although realistically, he'll save it for Landy. The FCC does hit hard, though, but I don't think hard enough. I think this match is alright. Yeah, look at that. Stunned again. So we don't even get to really see FCC's damage. It's just over, I think. I don't really know what Panshui could do here. So she S3s, gets the attack buff and a CR push. He soul burns the Landy. I feel like this FCC doesn't have a huge amount of defense either. It seems like it has a lot of DPS stats on this FCC. DJ Basar might just kill FCC here, and then it's going to be auto. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Even if she survives, Panshui is totally screwed here. She can S2 the FCC, but it makes no difference. Landy's going to kill it. Alright, so Nangju takes this one. Alright, so that was an okay match. Let's skip these guys for now. Maybe we'll cycle back at the end and see what they said about the match. Alright, round 3. It's tied up 1-1. Nangju... Oh no, it's not first pick. They're pre-banning right now. Let's see if those matches affected their pre-bans, if they try to mix it up now after they see what each other has built. I feel like Nangju is still going to deal with LQC. Yeah, he pre-bans LQC now. So A Taiwan, F Pluri, F10A, and LQC are off the board. So FCC is probably going to be picked at some point by one of these two. Landy first pick from Panshui. Has LR Crowd been banned every time, or are they just not taking him? That kind of surprises me. Alright. How does Nangju react to this? I hope he doesn't just, like, spam Troublemaker again. Troublemaker's not been working for him. I mean, granted, it was just straight up pre-banned last game. Or, not pre-banned, banned. Briarwitch and Opsig. I don't know how I feel about those as first picks. Briarwitch fine, but Opsig as a first pick, I don't know if I like that. Because yeah, like Fanshui can immediately try to start counting. You kind of want that to be like, if you're gonna have a weird thing like that on the board, you want to kind of have it as like a 4 or a 5 pick. So G Purge comes out. G Purge is an excellent pick against this because Opsig can't even push back. I think the pushback's only what, like 15-20%. G Purge on EE will push more than that. So essentially, Opsig loses the pushback component of her S3 here. Unless he bans the G Purge, obviously, which at this point he might have to. Obviously not going to take Luna. Doesn't matter. Even if it was one of those like counter Lunas, it doesn't make sense in this draft. So he picks Kayron. I actually like that pick. I like that pick a lot. I might have saved it for a little later, but actually no. He kind of has to go. Oh, Celine. So one problem with picking Celine here is you're kind of telegraphing what you're not going to ban, right? Now Panshui knows the Troublemaker's getting through. All Panshui has to do is draft 2 units without non-attack skills, and then Celine essentially does nothing. And if he bans Troublemaker, then Celine won't have anything to S2 on, period. I think Arby's a great pick here. At this point, Nangju really has no answers to Arby. He's flashing Ravi. Ravi is also quite strong here, but he doesn't have that much damage mitigation, so there we go. He takes the Basar. I like that too. This also opens up a 50-50 case because if Basar lands on K-Run, it's automatically over. So I think this is interesting. Like, I don't want them to ban yet, so I'm going to pause it. This is a situation where the match comes down entirely to the ban, right? Because they're playing games here. Letting Blood Moon haste through with an RB a lot of times is suicide, but not really in this case, because if Basar gets through, BMH being on the board is not too bad. He still gets the reset, but he won't get the huge immunity and the barrier. So is he going to ban RB? Is he going to ban Basar? But then G Purge is also here. So, I mean, a lot of this will come down to the draft. And a lot of these matches, as soon as the bans go through, you have a very good idea of who's going to win. So let's see who they ban. Bam. So he bans Blood Moon Haste and he bans General Purgus. Basar gets through. So Panshui did not want to risk him not his Basar getting banned and Blood Moon Haste getting through. So honestly, in this case, he could have just not banned the Blood Moon Haste. But again, you can't read people's minds. You don't know. You just have to go for the highest EV play. And I actually think Panshui still has a pretty solid chance here. But let's see. The Celine pick actually works out because Celine, if Troublemaker opts to S3, Celine will one-shot whatever it is, but I don't know. Namju actually might have a good chance. I think I take that back. Namju has a pretty good chance because Pantry has no answers to the unbuffable other than a Troublemaker S3, which is going to get someone killed. The biggest threat to Nangju is the RB, but he does have Kayron on the board, so a lot of this will come down to if Basar just straight up hits Kayron or not. But does he? I would just hold the S3. Whoever he S3s is freaking dead. Don't do it. Don't do it. He does get defense buff, but the S2 ignores damage share, I'm pretty sure. Oh, yep, the Landy just straight up died. Okay, Basar burns. Does he hit Kayron? He missed on Kayron. So I think Nangju takes this. I don't know what Kayron needs to S3 though. If I was, I would S3 the Basar. Make sure I get. What is he doing? No, no. That's a huge mistake. That's a huge mistake. Kayron's gonna get stunned now. Troublemaker can burn and stun the Kayron. That's a huge mistake. Oh my god, he just threw the game right there. If he S3'd the Basar, he would keep the immunity, and I think Panshui would have no answers, but now Kayron's just stunned, and his immortality is going to be procced here. He's going to lose his turn, and then he's dead. This match, I think, would have won very differently if he killed the Bazaar. Or even Troublemaker. He might have been able to kill the Troublemaker. I'm pretty sure he had attack buff from the Opsig S3, right? And Troublemakers that have high F-res are not that squishy. So Opsig does finish off the RB. Okay, so I think Nangju takes this anyway. Yeah, Nangju takes this anyway, but I think that was a big misplay there and opened him up to the possibility of losing. I need to rewatch that. I'm going to rewatch that after. So obviously, Nangju wins here. I don't think Troublemaker is going to solo this. Did I miss something here? I mean, we have the benefit of something that those commentators can't do because they were watching it live, obviously, of resetting. Why did he opt to not S3? I want to see that again because I think that was a dangerous play. Yeah, he did have attack buff. So I understand not going on RB because of MLDB. MLDB might have been very scary to him. But not going on Bazaar, I honestly think even with the death buff, he might have been able to... Is that an Elya's knife, Kayron? Yeah, it is. Actually, that Troublemaker probably would have survived, but would have been able to kill the Bazaar, and that RB would have died afterwards. Kayron would have had immunity. Troublemaker has no damage mitigation for the RB because he's not in the back line. I don't know. Maybe I have to think about it. Let's see what the commentators think about that move. Maybe they know something I don't. We're going to listen.
That was so strong.
The Panshui didn't know about this. Like, well, I mean,
It's all prepared.
right.
Country's going down to losers?
Yeah. I'm like it's not over yet. It's not over yet, but still.
He didn't really say anything about it, so I have no idea. All right, so those are some pretty cool matches. That last play kind of threw me off. I guess he just wanted to get a lot of AoE damage on the board, but I feel like he took Kayron out of the match by doing that, which is effectively what happened. Kayron basically did nothing after that S1, so I can't really think of a good reason for why he did that, but obviously it didn't matter because he won anyway. But I think that could have been a throw because if the RB got really lucky with counters or something there, it might have cost him the match, which in my eyes would otherwise have been guaranteed. So anyways, those were the first round of the main match that I commentated. If you guys want me to do more of these, or if you want me to go back to the prelims, let me know. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching with Dr. Squirrel. Till next time, boys, peace out.